WordPress is one of the most powerful tools that exists on the internet that's used to create websites and blogs. It's extremely powerful and extremely easy to use. To help get you started, I'm going to be showing you all the tips and tricks and the free softwares that you can install and use to help you and speed up the process. Now, there's several options when it comes to installing WordPress. The first and most obvious way is to visit wordpress.com and register an account, and what you'll do is create a subdomain off of the official WordPress site, and you'll be able to set up and run your blog from the WordPress site itself. The problem is you don't have a custom domain, and your domain will always be, for example, blank.wordpress.com. Now, that isn't necessarily the best way of doing it. In my opinion, if you have a website, you should visit wordpress.org, download the software and install it on your own personal server. The advantage of doing it this way is that although you're going to still have all of the WordPress features, the powerful software and system, you don't have to you can have your own custom domain, and it will run off your own website and server. And that's what I'm going to be showing you how to do today. Now, to do this, you're going to need to visit wordpress.org. This is obviously very different to the wordpress.com website in that you don't register or create an account. Instead, you just download the software, which you can do very simply by clicking the download button on the front page. Now, once you have downloaded it, you'll download a zip file which you'll have to extract. Once you have downloaded the WordPress zip file from the official WordPress website, what you'll end up is a zipped folder called WordPress. This version is 3.5. If there's a later version and you're watching this video, then it will have whatever version it is next to it here. But what you'll need to do is extract this. If you don't know how to extract it, it's very simple. You'll need to install a program called WinRAR, which you can download. I'll post a link in the description of the video. But what you'll need to do is right click on this and just select extract to, and it will just say that the name of the folder. So just say extract to WordPress 3.5, and what you'll end up with is a simple folder here. And if you open that up, you'll see a folder which contains all of the different WordPress software files. Now, these are the files that you'll need to upload to the directory on your server where you want to actually install your website or blog. The problem is that it takes a long time to actually upload these manually one by one. So the way I'm going to recommend, and the way that it's generally done, is using an FTP client. Now, this is also free. And the one that I'm going to be suggesting you use, and the one I'll be using in this tutorial, is FileZilla. And this is completely free, and again, I'll post a link in the description of this video. All you'll need to do is click on Download FileZilla Client and actually download it to your server, your desktop machine, and actually install this software. Once you have done that, you'll be ready to go ahead and begin uploading and installing your website or blog. Now, that's what I'm going to show you in the next step of this video. However, before I do, I want to show you a few examples of blogs that I've created. The first one is the official Site Easy blog, where we post obviously various different articles which you may want to check out. We'll post a link in the description of the video. This is one design of our blog that we've created for our purposes. Another example, this is another blog that I created. Only has one post at the minute because it is a very new blog, but again, it's an example of how different you can make and unique and individual you can make blogs appear. This is completely different, but it's still using the WordPress platform to actually power it. The next stage is to actually upload your files to your server. Now, what I've done is I've already downloaded the WordPress files, and I've also browsed to the location so I can see everything in here. And what you have in FileZilla, you've got this a left file panel and a right panel. The left one represents your local machine, so these are the files that are on your computer, and on the right, once you've actually connected, you'll have the files that are actually on your server live. Now, I'm going to actually just browse to my upload directory. But what you're going to basically need to do is once you've actually created a website and opened an account with a web hoster, they'll generally send you an email which contains your FTP information. If you don't know what that is, all you need to do is contact your host and ask them what your FTP information is. They'll either send it to you in an email or they'll tell you how to access that information. Once you have it, all you need to do up here is enter your host, username and password, and possibly port. But generally all you'll need to do is the email will have that exact information, and all you'll need to do is copy it into those relevant fields and then click on Quick Connect, and you'll be here shortly. To browse for your folders and files, you have just above the general inspector here, you'll have the ability to just scroll through the folders on your computer machine and actually access the files that way. And once you're in the right directory, and in the directory that you want to actually upload the files to on this side, what you'll need to do is just select all the files. So I'm going to hold down Control and select A. It's going to highlight and select everything. I'm just going to right click and select Upload. What that's going to do is it will show me its queued files, failed transfers, and successful. These are obviously all the successful files that have been uploaded. Now this is again why I'm saying to you, you need to use an FTP client, because it tells you here there's over 1,000 individual files that need to be uploaded. This is going to take a very long time if you're thinking of doing this manually. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to return once everything's uploaded, and I'm going to show you how to progress from here. Okay, so I've just uploaded all of my files to my directory on my server, and all I've done is I've opened up a web browser and I've browsed to my my website, which is currently wordpress.siteeasy.com. This is a subdomain I created for the purposes of this tutorial. And what you're going to see now is I've got an error message, and it's basically telling me that there's no configuration file on my server, and that's basically where all the information is stored connecting to my database, etc. When it comes to WordPress, that's what the WordPress configuration file is. Now it's recognizing that it isn't created, it's saying it can't run without it, so would you like to create it? Now the reason you're doing this is because it's not set up yet, you're still setting it up. What we need to do is select Create Configuration File. This is the whole part of the setup process. This is very, very simple and very, very easy. So now I'm in the setup wizard, basically giving me an overview. You can feel free to read this if you'd like. It's basically just telling you what you're going to be setting up. But let's just move ahead. Let's go. It's asking me some various different questions. It's asking me to enter a database name, username, password, database host, table prefix. Now there's, again, this is the information that you've either using cPanel set up yourself, or you've been emailed by your by your web hoster. So I'm going to be assuming you know what this information is. If you don't, contact your web hosting provider and they'll help you obtain this information. It's very straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and enter this information. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've entered my my database and my connection information. So WordPress will now be able to communicate with my database. It will create tables within it, and it will also be able to communicate, so insert records and edit records and various things like that, and pull in results. Now the only thing I'd recommend that you also do is, if you have, especially if you're using one database table for everything, which some people do, especially if you only have one database, which actually some people do, so it has loads of tables, which can get a bit confusing, is WordPress is going to create a lot of different tables. Now what it's giving you an option to do here is customize the table prefix, which means it's going to have create tables, but before the table it's going to put, at the moment, WP underscore, and then whatever table it creates. I'm going to recommend you change this to your site or perhaps blog underscore, and use that as a prefix. Maybe don't use a capital, and I think that's going to be a lot more beneficial to you. So again, once you've done this, just click on submit and we'll proceed to the next step. You're almost done. All you need to do is run the installation, so I'm going to do that. Okay, it's now actually created it and set it up, but it's asking me some general setup information, so what it wants to just insert into my software as we sort of just launch the site and get it off the ground. So site title will be your blog for this example. The username can be admin, can be anything you want. Create a password, so I'll just do that. Email address, it's also quite important because you do get notifications from your WordPress blog and things like that. And of course you do want to allow search engines to index your website. Okay, so it's about it. Success. So you'll need to log in. At this stage you can log in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's actually completely installed. There is one last step that we need to make, but I'm just going to log in and show you what it looks like. Now this is your dashboard, and I'll take you through it a little bit, but the first thing I want to do is I want to show you, you'll need to come back to FileZilla, and you'll need to on your actual server sites, this is on your website, once you've installed your website or blog, you need to come into the folder that says WP, stands for WordPress admin. You need to come into that folder. Now once you've entered into this directory, you're going to need to locate a file called install.php, and you just want to delete that file because as long as that file is actually there, it is a slightly dangerous for your site in terms of security. Should be deleted once you've installed the file, installed your website, sorry. However, this is your website completely set up and installed. It looks pretty basic at the moment, but you can actually go and install free themes. You can create your own themes if you know how to. You can use the various customization tools that WordPress provides you themselves, and you can start adding posts, adding text, information, images, banners, etc. And this is basically the minimal how to install WordPress. And if I show you the admin backend, which is here, you can see a few things. There's also a lot of plugins online which you can install, things like comment, liking posts, social media shares, and various different apps and plugins that you can add to your site. It's very simple, it's very easy to do, and I'm sure that once you get used to WordPress you will like it. So thank you very much for watching this video tutorial, and I'd like to take this opportunity to encourage you to visit our website, which is siteeasy.com. We sell a variety of different products, including pre-built applications, websites, e-commerce products. We also have an affiliate program which you can earn revenue from. You can actually earn revenue from your WordPress blog through our affiliate program, where you would sell our products and you'd earn a commission of up to £100 per sale. So but what I would like to do is just encourage you to visit our official website, which is siteeasy.com, and which is siteeasy.com, spelt SITEEZY. And yeah, just favorite the video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you learned something from it. Comment, rate, subscribe, check out our other video tutorials,